11:52 on your Friday night, and we are getting you through this storm as it gets closer and closer. Still a massive storm bringing in a lot of rain and some wind. Notice it here on our First Alert Live Super Doppler Max, the low country's most powerful Doppler radar. And you see the heaviest here, or the strongest winds and heaviest rain just along the eye wall as it continues to push towards Savannah. But we're still seeing the rain bands bringing in a lot of the rain already. Let me show you right now the track, though, moving north at 12 miles per hour. It's still a Category 2 hurricane, 105 mile per hour wind speeds as we take you through the rest of the night. As it's approaching our coast, it looks like it wants to weaken a bit to a Category 1. We'll continue to track that for you. It's still going to ride pretty parallel to the coast here, but very close to our coastline. So we'll continue to track to see if the impacts are going to be elevated or about the same. And then it will still continue to push out to sea. I want to show you the future tracker so you can get an idea of what to expect in terms of the rainfall. And we're already starting to see some pockets of heavier rain in there. But notice, into the overnight period, in the next few hours, that's when it'll get the worst. Coming into 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, notice that most of us will be seeing that heavy rainfall. And it will continue. We might not see the reds everywhere, but even the oranges and the yellows, that's moderate rainfall. And then the greens finally starting to trickle in that light rainfall as we go into the early afternoon of tomorrow. As it starts to finally pull away a bit, we'll still see some lingering showers. So we're not kind of out of the clear just yet. But as we go into the evening hours tomorrow night, as it continues to pull away and the last few drops of rain are left behind, Sunday is looking a lot more promising. Now, we can't rule out a few lingering showers in the morning on Sunday, but it's a completely different day. And we'll get to it. We're almost there. We just have a little bit longer to go. Let's talk about the current wind speeds and look at Beaufort. 45 mile per hour wind speeds sustained. So that is tropical storm force winds, anything over 39 miles per hour. Allendale's almost there, just got to get 8 more miles per hour. 25 in Walterboro, 23 in Somerville, 29 in Charleston, 25 in Georgetown, and 27 on Myrtle Beach right now. Rainfall tracker, we're continuing to track that. And as we go into the hours ahead, again, the overnight period is going to be the strongest in terms of our wind and in terms of our rain. So this is what we can expect in terms of cumulative rainfall at this point. Notice how, as we've been showing you this graphic, the numbers have changed quite a bit, but we'll still pretty much say there's going to be a range of about 6 to 12 inches. Some of you could be a little bit less than that the further inland you go, and some of you could be a little bit more than that. For instance, Georgetown, it's at 13.7. So we'll talk about the impacts really quickly. Pretty much all of us expecting to see at some point some tropical storm force winds with hurricane storm force winds, mainly along the coast, but could push a little inland since it is going to be riding very close to our coast. And we're not talking about these winds being sustained the whole time while it's here. Could be an on and off type situation. So somebody asked that online, and we're trying to get to your questions. So that was a really good question. Rainfall 8 to 12 inches. Again, some of you could be a little less the further inland you are. Storm surge 7 to 11 feet. That's mainly along the immediate coast. And then, of course, they will start to push in also into the rivers, the tributaries, the marshes, and the creeks. And that could definitely start to make those flood or crest as well. We'll continue to watch that and give you any first alerts to that. Power outages, yeah, it's looking pretty widespread at this point. So we'll give you the first alert to any updates. We're going to continue with overnight coverage, team coverage. And again, as your 7-day forecast goes on, notice as we go into Saturday, we still have to get through it, right? Sunday's looking a lot better, light at the end of the tunnel. Temperatures are feeling more like fall, and plenty of sunshine is on the way.